Hi kids, am I audible? Hello. Hi everyone. Am I perfectly audible and visible to you all? Yes, am I perfectly audible and visible to you all? Good morning everyone. Welcome to Unacademy NEET English. Please let me know, can you see me? Can you hear me clearly? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. So how are you people doing? I hope you are doing well. I hope you are preparing properly. So guys, this is the first lecture of Ace the Race series. Obviously it is also under the NEET Conquer batch, but here dedicatedly we are going to target the class 12 syllabus. Okay, right? So this is what we are going to do today. We are going to target the class 12th syllabus, and I think it's our need. Isn't it? I think it's our need. Isn't it? Isn't it? So let me tell you the plan here, bache. So what are we going to do here in this morning session? See, it will be under Ace the Race series. So here for NEET 2024 and 2025 aspirants, we will be covering your class 12th syllabus, right, for the biology. And moreover, even if you are preparing for the boards, right, simultaneously you are preparing for the NEET examination, so this session, this particular class is going to help you out, because we are going to complete each and every chapter in detail here. Fine, in detail here. So in the evening also we will continue with the marathon sessions, but dedicatedly that marathon sessions will be for your class 11th syllabus. Clear? They are also detailed, but they will be for your class 11 syllabus, and in the morning we will go for class 12, and our pace will not be so fast because I want you people to prepare for your board examination as well. So I hope you like the plan. Clear, bache? Already I have shared the plan for the entire week. So for this particular week, if you follow me for the biology, you guys can assure your 30+ marks. Okay, because here in this week we are going to finish the chapter human reproduction, we are going to finish the chapter animal kingdom, and then there will be the question practice session as well. Okay, of course it is for the droppers as well, right? So if you are a dropper, this session is for you. If you are in class 12, this session is for you. And even if you are in class 11th and you want to complete your class 12 syllabus in detail, again this session is for you, right? Because you know that we do not compromise the quality of the session ever. Fine. So this is what we are going to do today. This is the plan for today, and today we are going to start with the human reproduction chapter, and we will target male reproductive system today, right? Male reproductive system today. Clear? Okay. But yes, we need your support. I want you people to watch this session daily, right? Share the link with your friends as well. And if you are new to our channel, kindly subscribe our channel. We literally need your support, bache. Then only we will be able to help you out in this way. Okay. So syllabus will be completed before your exams, of course. That should not be the concern. So if there is any doubt related to anything in your head, please ask me, then I will continue with my session. And moreover, students, if you are still looking for a batch where you can complete your NEET 2024 preparation, right, the best batch is the NEET Energized batch, or you can also call it as the NEET Avengers batch, right, where your 11th and 12th syllabus will be covered till January 1st week maximum, and you will get the recorded sessions till your NEET examination. And after finishing the syllabus, we are going to revise, right? We are going to take the revision sessions as well. Mock test practice will also be there, right, bache? Time to time doubt solving sessions are also there. Fine. Okay, no, for the question practice we are not going for the mentee. We'll go for the mentee, but not every day, because I think mentee is, mentee is going to take you much time. So let's say in mentee you are solving 10 questions. So in the same time you guys can solve 20 questions. So I think we should focus on that number, no, 20 questions. What do you think, guys? What do you think? Acha, who's starting this nano series? Okay, done. So let's start, bache. So today's the chapter that we are going to start is human reproduction. right? This is the chapter that we are going to start, human reproduction. So first of all, let me tell you what we are going to cover here. Of course, we will discuss male female reproductive system, all the processes in detail, right? The process of insemination, the process of fertilization, right? And the developmental stages, that is embryonic development. So question can come from any part. Okay, question can come from any part, all the topics are very important. But when you talk about the gametogenesis, this topic is very important. Okay, all the topics are very important, no doubt. This chapter itself is very important, but gametogenesis very important. And the second important thing is the hormonal control, right? Second important thing is what? Hormonal control, isn't it? So that is what we need to do, right? So whenever I'll explain you the hormonal control, you people need to make the notes with it. Although I will share the PDF in the Telegram group, but I'll prefer that you guys should go for the running notes with the classes. Okay, so that's what you people need to do. So gametogenesis, hormonal control, the most important topics, and then the topic can be there from this part, that in 5th month of the human pregnancy, which parts of a baby will grow, this and that. Okay, that's what you need to take care. Fine, bache, fine. So let's start the session today, and if there is any doubt related to anything, you guys can reach out to us. You have to put the comment section, comment in the comment section, bache. Our team will reach out to you. We will definitely reward. Okay, we will definitely reward. Clear, bacha? So that's what we have to do, that's what we need to complete. Okay, so now when it comes to the human reproduction, you know that reproduction is something very essential. We are not immortal, right? After a certain age we will die, for sure. So if we want our species, right, if we want human race to continue to live here on this planet, the reproduction is important. Am I right, kids? I want your support. I want you people to say yes, no in the chat section. The chat section should be, fast. It should be active. Whatever doubts you have, you are free to ask here. And yes, you have to revert as well. Okay? Your energy should be very high when you are attending my session. Fine, kids? So this is what you need to take care. Okay? This is what your people need to take care. Okay? So re means again. Re means again. And when it is the production means to produce, right? So already existing individual, they are giving birth to the new individuals. This is the meaning of reproduction, isn't it? This is the meaning of reproduction, that already existing individuals, right? Here you people can see already existing individuals, they will give birth to a new individual. This is what, right, bache? This is what reproduction is, right? Father, mother and the baby. That is what reproduction is. Okay, so now when you talk about the reproduction, we know that asexual reproduction is also there, sexual reproduction is also there, isn't it, bache? Asexual reproduction is also there and the sexual reproduction is also there, right? So if I compare both the reproduction, so you can see when it is asexual, it is going to be uniparental, right? It is going to be what? It is going to be uniparental. A single parent will be involved. Fine, only a single parent, right? There is no gamete formation here. Indeed, there is no gamete formation here, isn't it? So what are gametes? The haploid cells which form after meiosis, the haploid cells which will fuse, which will fertilize, and you will get a zygote, and that zygote will grow, right? So in the case of asexual reproduction, there is no gamete formation. It is going to be uniparental. No doubt it will be a fast process. In comparison to the sexual reproduction, it will be a fast process, but it will not result in any variations. Okay, it will not result in any variations, right, bache? Right? See, let's say we are living today. Okay, you know that our surrounding is changing. Pollution is increasing. Yes or no? Pollution is increasing, our surrounding is changing, and not just the pollution, there are many other factors also. So if we want to survive in such conditions, we need to adapt ourselves in such conditions. Yes or no? If we want to survive in such conditions, of course we need to adapt in such conditions. We need to adapt, right? If we are the perfect fit for the current circumstances, for the current situation, obviously we will survive, we will propagate, we will pass on our genes. That's the simple thing, that's the basics. Yes or no, kids? These are very simple things, these are the basics. If you are able to survive in today's circumstances, 110% kids, right, you will propagate, you will reproduce, you will pass on your genes, and your progeny will live, right? This is the fact, and for that we need variations. If our surrounding is changing, we need to adapt, and that property should be there in our case. And when it comes to that variations, the sexual reproduction is the key, right? The sexual reproduction is the key. So when we talk about the sexual reproduction, you know that it can be uniparental, it can be uniparental, it can be biparental as well. I'll explain this point in detail. Allow me some time. I will explain this point in detail. Clear, bache? And moreover, here we will be having the gamete involvement. Right? Gamete formation will be there, gamete fusion will be there. Of course, so gametes are involved here. Comparatively, it is slow, but it is advanced. Clear, bache? It is slow, it is advanced. And here, because of the sexual reproduction, variations are possible, changes are possible, and that changes will help us to adapt, okay, in the changing circumstances. So this is what you people need to understand when it comes to the reproduction. So what is the meaning of reproduction? Already existing individuals, they are producing new individuals. How can they do it? With the help of asexual reproduction also, with the help of sexual reproduction also. If we compare asexual and sexual, which one is the advanced one? The sexual reproduction is the advanced one. Why? Because gametes are involved there, right? Variations are there. How these variations can be generated? With the help of crossing over, with the help of mutations. So all the terms will be cleared one by one in the upcoming sessions. Clear, bache? Clear, bache? So now when you talk about the asexual reproduction, you can take any example. One student was asking me, ma'am, what is the meaning of uniparental? Uni means single, parental, single parent. Only one parent is involved here. Let's take our favorite example. Take the example of amoeba. Kiddos, do you know about amoeba? Yes? Do you know about amoeba? Amoeba is a prokaryote or eukaryote? Tell me. Amoeba is a prokaryote and eukaryote. And kids, number of students are more and number of likes are less. It is not done. Just hit the like button now. And if you are new to our channel, just hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. Right? Let's make it 100K family soon. Okay, very good, very good. So when you talk about the amoeba, it's a eukaryotic cell, and you know that it prefers the fission, the binary fission, very common here. So after the binary fission, you will get two daughter cells. So it is something very simple. It's a very simple way, right? It's a very simple way. A single cell will divide into two, and it is the asexual reproduction, kids. What is it? It is the asexual reproduction. So the daughter cells that we have, okay, the daughter cells that we have, they are just like the copy of the parent cell. We can even call them as clones, isn't it? We can also call them as clones, isn't it? Because they are ditto like their parents. There is no recombination, there is no mutation. They are ditto like their parents. This is the asexual reproduction. This is the asexual reproduction. Now, when it is the sexual reproduction, so here the gametes are involved, right? Both the parents are involved. These parents will form the gametes. That gametes will fuse. These are the haploid cells. These are the kind of warriors of the sexual reproduction. And then they will fuse and you will get a new individual, right? And this individual will be having what? This individual will be having the characters of both the parents, and new characters will also be there. So that is why we say it is advanced. Clear, bache? That is why we say it is advanced. So any doubt here? Any doubt here? I know I'm starting from the basics. It's okay. It's fine. It's our first class, right? So a sync should be there in all the topics. What say, guys? A sync should be there. And guys, stay tuned to this channel for the class 11th marathons as well. So if you are in 12th, you need to give your NEET examination and you have backlogs in your class 11th, this channel should be your only choice. Because class 11 sessions, we are finishing it in a marathon, right? Maximum in 2 parts, we are completing 1 chapter. So 12th in detail, class 11th chapters are also there. So obviously, no one can stop you to score 360 out of 360 in biology. What say? No one can stop you to score 360 out of 360 in biology. And how many of you are targeting 360 out of 360 in biology in NEET examination? Do let me know in the chat section, kids. Do let me know. Okay, done. So this is about the sexual reproduction. Now I just told you that when it comes to the sexual reproduction, right, it can be uniparental, it can be biparental. So what is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this? Right, sexual reproduction is what? Either it is uniparental or it is biparental. It is uniparental or it is biparental. Clear? This is what I told you. Mostly biparental. Actually, bache, what is happening? Let me tell you. Let's say in some animals, right? You can take the example of animals now. I'm not just talking about the plants. Example is same in the case of plants also, but right now I'm telling you about the animals. So when you talk about the animals, kids, right? In some lower animals, like take the example of porifera. You know, na, porifera, pore bearing organisms, right? You can take any other examples also. So you know that some animals, they are what? They are hermaphrodite. What are they, bache? They are hermaphrodite. What are they? Write down this word in the chat section, everyone. Be quick. What are they? They are the hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite means bisexual. Hermaphrodite means monoecious, right? What is the meaning of hermaphrodite? Bisexual and monoecious. Bisexual means the single individual is having male and the female like characters. In a single individual, you will find male and the female like characters. So obviously, let's take the example of earthworm itself. You can take any example. So single parent is forming male and the female gametes. So that is why in the sexual reproduction also I have used the word, it can be uniparental, biparental. But obviously again in single individual also there will be the male part, there will be the female part, there will be the formation of male gamete, there will be the formation of female gamete, and obviously they will fuse, the zygote will form and it will grow. So that's the scenario here. So that is why in sexual reproduction I'm using both the word biparental and uniparental. Any doubt here? Any doubt here? Uniparental means single individual is making male and female gamete, and biparental means the 2 different individuals are forming male and female. Komal, can you see it here, bache? I've already explained it. Hermaphrodite, bisexual, monoecious. Can you see it here? Hermaphrodite, bisexual, monoecious. Okay? Okay, clear? So bache, I'll give you one trick here. All of you just note down this. I think you all know about the BMW cars. Yes, I think you all know about the BMW cars, if I'm not wrong. Bache Rowdy, I have already given the example of uniparental also. Hermaphrodite organisms, you can take the example of earthworm. You can take the example of, yes, even in the case of leech is also, right? Leech is also monoecious, right? Poriferans are also the examples. There are many examples. Okay, so you all know about the BMW cars, isn't it? You all know about it. So instead of BMW, make it BMH, right? Instead of BMW, just make it BMH. What do you have to do? You have to make it BMH. So what is the meaning of BMH? B stands for bisexual, right? M stands for monoecious. H stands for hermaphrodite, right? H stands for hermaphrodite. This is what you people need to remember. What am I saying? I'm saying BMH. BMH, BMH. B stands for bisexual, M stands for monoecious, H stands for hermaphrodite. Means a single individual which is having male and the female part. That individual is bisexual. Along with bisexual, you can also use the word monoecious, you can also use the word hermaphrodite. So up to this part, all clear? Do you have any doubt? Do you have any doubt? Many times students, they get confused, so that is why I am mentioning it here. Bisexual, monoecious, hermaphrodite, they have the same meaning. Clear? They have the same meaning. Now, dedicatedly, let's talk about the human reproduction. It was the general intro, but now what are we going to discuss? We will talk about the human reproduction. Now, when you talk about the humans, you know that we are the advanced animals, isn't it? We are animals. We are animals, but we are advanced animals. Okay, we are animals, but we are advanced animals. So in the case of humans, we will see sexual dimorphism, isn't it? Humans are the organisms having sexual dimorphism. What is there? Sexual dimorphism is there. It means there will be a male and there will be a female. There will be a male and there will be a female, right? A male will be there, a female will be there. Clear, bache? Sexual dimorphism, like dia means two, morph means form. So two different forms are there. Two different forms are there. So there will be a male, there will be a female. And by looking at male and female, you know that you can differentiate. You can differentiate, right? If I talk about the adults, in the case of males, mustache, beards, right, the Adam's apple, these are certain character. In the case of female, breast development is there, right, bache? So yes, by looking at them, we can say so. Okay, we can say so that there is a male, there is a male, there is a female. So sexual dimorphism is there. So humans, what are we? We are dioecious, isn't it? We are dioecious. There is a separate male, separate female, isn't it? Isn't it? Clear, bache? Clear. So now in the case of humans, when we talk about the reproduction, so there is a proper reproductive system for it. There will be a male reproductive system. There will be a female reproductive system. What will be there? There will be a male reproductive system. There will be a female reproductive system. Male, female reproductive system will be there. Male, female reproductive system will be there. So in the reproduction, there are series of events that you need to remember. Okay, series of events are there when it comes to the reproduction. What is there? The series of events. When it comes to the reproduction, what do we have? The series of events. And as I said, in the case of humans, sexual dimorphism is there. There is a separate male, there is a separate female. So they are obviously, we are what? We are dioecious. We are unisexual. We are dioecious. Okay, so reproduction will be there in the male and the female reproductive systems. And some series of events will take place which will result in reproduction. And this is what now we are going to discuss. So can we start that, bacho? Can we start that? Yes, events in reproduction. Yes, everyone. Can we talk about these events? Events in reproduction. So let me start. So there is, once again, there is a trick for it, and that trick is give, sip and go. Okay, give, sip and go. That's the trick that we have. What is the trick here? What is the trick here when we talk about the events in reproduction? Yes, everyone. What is the trick here when we talk about the events in reproduction? It's give, sip and go. It's give, sip and go. What is it? It's give, sip and go. Clear, bache? Clear, bache? It's give, sip and go. I have mentioned it here. I have mentioned it here. Everyone just type it in the chat section quick. Right now. Just type it in the chat section, everyone. Just be quick. Yes, give, sip and go. Type it. Okay, so G stands for what? G stands for the very first event in the reproduction, and that is the gametogenesis. What is it? That is the Gametogenesis. So very first event of reproduction is what? Gamete formation. It is gamete formation. Next is what? Next is insemination. Next is what? Next is insemination. Right? Insemination. Then comes what? Then comes F. Then comes fertilization. Fine. Then comes what? Then comes F. That is fertilization. So obviously these are the sequence. This is the sequence of event now. This is the sequence of event now. Right? So G stands for gametogenesis. I stands for insemination. F stands for fertilization. I will explain you. Right? I'm going to explain you each and every term, but as of now just focus here. C stands for what? C stands for cleavage here. I stands for what? I stands for implantation. Fine. P stands for placentation. Right? G stands for gastrulation. Fine. O stands for organogenesis. That is organ formation. And lastly, we have the P, and that P stands for parturition. That P stands for what? That P stands for parturition. So these are the events when you talk about the reproduction. So again, let's have a quick revision, bache. G stands for gametogenesis. So genesis means formation. Gametogenesis means gamete formation. Right? So we are talking about the gamete formation here in the case of male and the female system. So if it is a male, you know that male gametes are what? Male gametes are sperm. Female gametes are ova. Right? Singular is ovum. In the case of males, the male gametes are sperm. Singular is spermatozoa, plural is sperm. In the case of female, right, the singular is ovum, the plural is ova. So in the case of males, there will be spermatogenesis, formation of sperm. In the case of female, there will be oogenesis, formation of ovum. Formation of ovum. So this is the first event, that is gametogenesis. Now you know that, as I said, male and female, two different individuals, of course. So now male will pass that gametes to the female, isn't it? Isn't it? Male will pass the gamete to the female. Right? So male is going to pass, male is going to discharge male gametes in the female genital tract with the help of male copulatory organ. Right now I'm giving you the overview, bache. Individually we will discuss everything. Okay. Done. So what is going to happen next? The male will pass male gametes in the female genital tract with the help of male copulatory organ. And what is the name of male copulatory organ? It's penis. Right? What is it? It's penis. Clear, bache? What is it? It's penis. Clear? So male reproductive organ is what? That's penis. Done, bache? So the process of transfer of male gamete within the female genital tract with the help of male copulatory organ is known as insemination. Second step clear? Now the third step will be, you know that, fertilization. Male and female gamete will fuse and it will result in the formation of a diploid zygote. Am I clear, bache? Yes. What will form after fertilization? There will be the formation of the zygote, which is diploid. And now you know that this zygote will undergo what? This zygote will undergo cleavage. Okay, it will undergo what? It will undergo cleavage. Clear? It will undergo cleavage, like rapid mitotic divisions. So this single cell will become multicellular. Then the implantation, the fixing of this embryo in the female uterus will be there. Fixing of this embryo in the female uterus will be there. Right? We will talk about the layers as well. Right? Each and every word we will cover. So zygote will form, zygote will undergo cleavage, then there will be the implantation of this embryo, this blastocyst in the uterus of the female, and then you know that placenta will form slowly, then the gastrula will form. Right? Germ layers will form. Okay? The germ layers will form, and that germ layers will form organs. So implantation, then placentation, then gastrulation, that is formation of gastrula. Right? The structure having the germ layers We will discuss the germ layers in detail as well, bache. So that germ layers will form different organs. So that is why it is organogenesis. Genesis means formation, organogenesis means organoformation. Finally parturition, also known as childbirth. Right, finally there will be the parturition, also known as childbirth. So these are the events in the reproduction. So are you able to remember this sequence, bache? Give, sip and go. Yes, bache, are you clear with it? Yes, is that clear? Tell me, is that clear? Right, finally the childbirth, the parturition will be there, right? Right? Seriously? Clear? So it is give, sip and go. Okay, so just write down this in the chat section. Give, sip and go. Quick, just write it down in the chat section. Quick. Done, bache? Very good. Okay, chaliye. So let's talk about the male reproductive system now. Let's talk about what? Let's talk about the male reproductive system. Okay, let's talk about the male reproductive system. Okay, but whether it is a male reproductive system or female reproductive system, we are going to discuss it in two ways. One will be the primary sex organ and second is the secondary sex organ. Right, you will divide it into two parts. One is the primary sex organ and the second one is the secondary sex organ, isn't it? Second one is the secondary sex organ. Now, what is the meaning of a primary sex organ? See, in the male reproductive system, even in the female reproductive system, there will be a structure in which gametes will form. Okay, there will be a structure in which gametes will form. Moreover, that organ, that structure will also release hormones. Right, I'm repeating it again. We are talking about the reproductive system. We are saying male reproductive system and the female reproductive system. Whether there is a male reproductive system or the female reproductive system, you will find primary and the secondary sex organs. What is the meaning of primary sex organ? The organs in which the gamete formation is there and they release the sex organs, hormones, right? They release the primary sex hormones. What is the meaning of secondary sex organs? The organs which help in the union of male and female gamete, or you can say that the organs which help in the transport of that particular gamete, right? So they will play role in other events of the reproduction. So they will come under the secondary sex organs. Fine, they will come under the secondary sex organ. So when it comes to the primary sex organ, write down these points. The organs in which gamete formation occurs, right? The gamete formation occurs, first point. And what is the second point here? What is the second point here? They release hormones. They release sex hormones. Clear, bache? Clear, bache? So secondary sex organs help in union of male and female gametes. Like in general, I am telling you, they help in union of male and female gametes, or in simple words you can say that in the transport, right? In simple words you can say that in the transport of gametes. Fine, bache, even they will transport it, even they will nourish it. So basically they will play role in the all other events of reproduction other than the gamete formation. Clear, bache? Clear, bache? So now we are talking, because right now we are talking about the male reproductive system. So gamete formation will be there in the testes. So which one is the primary sex organ in the case of males? It is testis. Which one is the primary sex organ in the case of males, bache? Yes, bache, please mention it. Please mention it. Which one is the primary sex organ in the case of males? It is the testis. So gamete formations, spermatogenesis will occur in testis, and testis will release the sex hormones, right? That is your male androgens, that is testosterones and hydrotestosterones, right? Testosterone, or you can say that dihydrotestosterone, right? So bache, this is your homework. I mentioned this word here now, male androgens. Androgen is the term that we use for sex hormones. Androgen is the term that we use for sex hormones. So here I mentioned the word testosterone or dihydrotestosterone. Testosterone or dihydrotestosterone. Clear bache? So it releases the sex hormones. Now come to this part. When it comes to the secondary sex organs, right, which help in the union of male and female gametes or transport of gametes, or you can say that support other events of reproduction. Done bache? Done. So in the case of males, don't worry, we will draw the diagram now. We will discuss each and every part. As of now, I am just giving you an overview. We will discuss each and every word written here. Okay, don't worry about that. So here when it comes to the secondary sex organ, it is epididymis, right? It's vas deferens. You will find your glands, of course, seminal vesicles, bulbourethral, prostate, etc. So they will come under the secondary sex organs, right? They will come under the secondary sex organ. Is that clear bache? So seminal vesicle, prostate, bulbourethral, penis. So these are basically the secondary sex organs. One by one in detail we will discuss it. Okay, one by one in detail we will discuss it. So any doubt from this part bache? Any doubt from this part? So you can see the diagram here. This is the front view of the male reproductive system and we will discuss it in detail. Clear bache? This is the diagram. Don't worry, I have even added the NCERT snips also. So NCERT diagrams we will also discuss, but as of now we should focus on clearing this particular concept. Okay, we should clear it first. So here you guys can see this is the male reproductive system, right bache? This is the male reproductive system front view. First of all, let me show you the diagram. Just have a look of this diagram. This is the male copulatory organ penis, and here there will be a pouch like structure scrotum in which testes will be present. Fine, I'll explain you the diagram, but first of all, as I said, have a look of it, right? So that's the male copulatory organ penis. Here the pouch like structure is the scrotum. Within the scrotum, what will be there? The testes will be there. So with this testes, here you can see within these testes, see, just have a look. The seminiferous tubule, the epididymis is here, right? Then vasa deferens here, right? And one by one everything, right? All the structures will be present here. Just have a look of this diagram. See this. So I added different diagrams to provide you the clarity. Clear bache? Clear bache? And we will discuss it in detail. Okay. So one very wonderful diagram is here. See. Hana, it's amazing. Isn't it? This diagram is so good. This diagram is so beautiful, right? This diagram is so beautiful here. See, male copulatory organ, the penis in which urethra will be there, the scrotum, the pouch-like structure. Here you will see the testes, and can you see this part? This is epididymis, and that epididymis will further leading into vas deferens. This vas deferens, a muscular duct, will coil over the urinary bladder. Then it will receive other glands also. See, this is how it is present. This is how it is present. This is the urinary bladder, and here you can see the seminal vesicle. It's a kind of side view. This is the single prostate gland, and here you will see these pea-like structures. Pea-like structures, that is bulbourethral gland, also known as Copper's gland, right? Can you see this diagram? Can you see this diagram? See, it is so clear. Everything is so clear from this particular diagram. Okay, done bache? Done? See, so diagrams are very good. Don't worry, you are going to find amazing diagrams in my session. Okay, and in the biology you really need to understand the diagrams first. So if you know about the diagrams, obviously, then if you understand the diagram, then obviously you will understand the entire topic. That's the point. Clear bache? That's the point. And the same diagram is given in the NCERT. So let's start from the NCERT here and then we will discuss it. So it is the sectional view of the male pelvis showing reproductive system. Which diagram it is? It is the sectional view of the male pelvis which is showing the reproductive system. So now in the case of males, see this part, this darkly pigmented part. First of all, understand the diagram, kids. I'm explaining it, I'm repeating it again, and then one by one we will start. So here, this darkly pigmented, right, pouch-like structure is the scrotum. What is the word here? It is the scrotum. I think in class 10th also you have studied it. Now within this scrotum, the male testis, male primary sex organ is present. Next to this testis, because there are some ducts, so you will see over it. Can you see this? This is epididymis, which is further leading into vas deferens, which is coiling over this urinary bladder. It is receiving the glands. Right, in the male system we will also study male accessory glands. So you will see the seminal vesicle here. Right, so this vas deferens and seminal vesicle together is forming ejaculatory duct. Right, then they are receiving the secretion from prostate gland. Then they are having bulbourethral gland next to it, and then they will open in urethra, which will further open in penis. Right, which will further open in penis. So this is the male reproductive system. So now individually we will understand this part, and we are going to start with the scrotum first. Okay, how are we going to start? We are going to start with the scrotum first. First of all, let me explain you what exactly is the scrotum. Okay, so students, if you know anything related to the scrotum, do let me know. What do you know about the scrotum? Anyone? What do you know about the scrotum? Right, what do you know about the scrotum? Anyone? Yes. So see, in the case of males, things are different. There, in the males, they have a darkly pigmented pouch-like structure, darkly pigmented pouch-like structure which maintains the temperature, or you can say that firstly, darkly pigmented pouch-like structure having testis, having pair of testis. Clear? What is the scrotum? First of all, scrotum is scrotum is what? Scrotum is what? It's a darkly pigmented pouch-like structure having testis. Okay, having testis. Now what is the role here? Why scrotum is present in the case of males? What is the need for the scrotum? This is what we need to discuss first. Okay, so as I said, it's a darkly pigmented pouch-like structure. Let's say this is that pouch-like structure. In this pouch-like structure, pair of testis. Right, in this pouch-like structure, what will we have? We will be having the pair of testis. What will we have here? The pair of testis. Clear, bache? Clear, bache? Just have a look of this diagram. Right, I'll explain here. Now, in the males, the testis will form sperms. They cannot. Testis. In the testis, we have some cells. That cells are bache spermatogonia. In the testes, we have some cells. That cells are basically spermatogonia. Means these are the cells which forms the sperm. Okay, listen to me. In the testes, what do we have? We have some cells that are sperm forming cells, spermatogonia. Bache, that cells are temperature sensitive. What are they? They are temperature sensitive. Temperature sensitive means if they want to make this, for sperm formation, they need a particular temperature. Okay, they need a particular temperature for the sperm formation. Now, in the case of humans, you know that the gestation period is of 9 months. Yes, in the case of humans, the gestation period is of what? It is of 9 months. Yes or no? 9 months, or you can say that 36 or 38 weeks. Right. So during this period of development, for the 7 months, you can say that. Right, for the 7 months, testes are abdominal. Testes are abdominal. Right, they grow in the abdominal region. They are present in the abdomen only. right? They are in the abdomen only, right? But after 7 months, what will happen? They will descend into this pouch like structure which is known as scrotum. Okay, human gestation period is of 9 months, or you can say that 38 weeks, right bache, 36 or 38 weeks. So during the course of that development, right, for the initial 7 months, testes, which are primary sex organ, they are present in the abdomen only. But after 7 months, it will start descending into the pouch like structure, that is scrotum, because this scrotum acts like a thermoregulator, right? This scrotum, it acts like a thermoregulator. It regulates the temperature, right? It maintains the temperature. Why is it so? Because the spermatogonia, the cells which forms the testes, the cells which form the sperms, they are present in testes. They are temperature sensitive, right? What are they? They are temperature sensitive. They cannot form gametes, right? They cannot form gametes at a normal human temperature, right? So in the scrotum will do what? Scrotum will lower down the temperature by 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius, or you can say that by 2 to 3 degrees Celsius. So what is the role of scrotum? It lowers down the temperature by 2 to 3 degree Celsius, right? By 2 to 3 degree Celsius. This is the role of the scrotum. Okay, right? Yes, in NCERT it is 2 to 2.5. You can mention accordingly, right? Broadly I told you 2 to 3 degrees Celsius. Clear, bache? This is the role of this scrotum. I'll tell you how it will do it, but as of now, tell me, is that clear? Yes, bache, is that clear? This is the role of scrotum. I am explaining this again. Darkly pigmented pouch-like structure in which pair of testes are present. It's a thermoregulator because it lowers down the temperature by 2 to 3 degrees Celsius. Why is it so? Because in the testes we have spermatogonia. The cells which are going to form the sperms, they are temperature sensitive. They need a particular temperature for making the sperms, right? For producing the sperms, for making the sperms, they need a particular temperature, and that temperature is 2 to 3 degree less than the human body's temperature. Like let's say human body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius, so scrotum will keep it at 35 degrees Celsius, and that temperature is required for the formation of what? Male gametes. And do you know why? That is why it is always advised to the boys that do not take bath with, you know, very hot water. Do not wear very tight jeans. Okay, otherwise there will be, you know, too much of sweating and all in the scrotum. That is why it is advised to the boys that not to drive the car too much, because obviously if you are driving car too much, again in that pelvic area, in that pelvic region, the temperature will rise, which is not good, right? Which is not healthy for the sperm production. Fine, bache. Now we have to discuss that how scrotum can do it, how the darkly pigmented pouch-like structure can do it. One thing is very clear, that the scrotum is wrinkled, isn't it? That scrotum is wrinkled. This is what we know. Now, in the case of scrotum, when we talk about the temperature regulation, we will discuss about two muscles, right? What will we do? We are going to talk about two muscles. One is the dartus muscle. Another is the cremaster muscle. No doubt it is not given in NCERT, but this is important to understand, right? This is important to understand. We need to know about what? We need to know about the two muscles, dartus muscles and the cremaster muscle. But bache, before that, can you see these two tube-like structures in this diagram? Can you all see these two tube-like structures in this diagram? Can you tell me the name of these two tube-like structures? Anyone in the class here? Yes? Anyone in the class here? Can you tell me about these two tube-like structures? As of now, I am telling you about the scrotum. No. So can you tell me what are these two tube-like structures? Very good, Priyanka. Excellent, Priyanka. They are inguinal canals. They are inguinal canals, right? They are what? They are inguinal canals. Actually, what is happening, bache? As I said, the testes after the 7 months of pregnancy, they will start descending into the scrotum. That's what I told you, right? It will start descending into the scrotum. So now, in that abdomen and in that pelvic region, in that scrotum, there is a kind of, there should be a channel, right? understand it. No need to cram it, just understand it. Imagine something is developing in our abdomen. We need to pass it to a pelvic region. So obviously we need some tube, we need some channel. There should be a route by which things can pass. है ना? There should be a route by which things can pass, isn't it? So what is happening here? What is happening here? Here we have one canal, inguinal canal. It's a kind of connection in between abdominal region and the scrotum, right? So in this inguinal canal, from this inguinal canal, the testes will descend into the scrotum. So from abdomen, in this inguinal canal, from this inguinal canal, the testes will come down in the scrotum. The testes will come down in the scrotum. Clear, bachche? Testes will come down in the scrotum. That is the first point. Not just the testes, obviously you will see some blood vessels here, some cord-like structures here, like some cord-like structures where you will see the blood vessels. We use the word spermatic cord for it, right? We use the word spermatic cord for it. Clear, bachche? So that is what we need to discuss one by one. Bachche, I'll tell you what exactly is the gubernaculum. Have patience, right? So now in the scrotum, I told you there will be the two muscles that we need to discuss, dartus and cremaster. See, for temperature regulation, one thing is clear, that is evaporation. You know na, evaporation produce cooling, and that cool, right? From evaporation, cooling will be there. After evaporation, cooling will be there. You know that na? Yes or no? You know that? Yes or no? Tell me, yes or no? Yes, bachche? Exactly. So here on the scrotum, on the skin, you will find some sweat glands. Because of sweating, cooling will be there. Because of sweating, cooling will be there. That's the first point. Now the point is dartus muscle and the cremaster muscle. But these dartus muscle, right, they will help in the, see, how this dartus muscle will help. There are two things. One is, see, this scrotum, let's say the cold region is there, right? Cold region is there, right? Not the cold region, you can say that the cold temperature is there, the temperature is low. Take two conditions. Let's say the temperature is low, cold conditions are there. Then in that case, what is going to happen? Your scrotum, right? The muscles present in the scrotum, they will contract. That muscle is your dartus muscle. So dartus muscle, it contract in cold temperature, right? So it will contract in cold temperature. So when it will contract, it will, right, it will take that scrotum towards the pelvic cavity. Just imagine it. There are some muscles which are present in the scrotum, right? So one of that muscle is dartus muscle. So dartus muscle will contract, right, in the cold temperature. So what that dartus muscle will do? Yes, bachche, what that dartus muscle will do? It will help in regulation of temperature within the scrotum, right? Within the scrotum, like internally this scrotum is lined with this muscle. Let me mention it here. Internally, scrotum is lined with dartus muscle, right? So these muscles, they will contract in cold temperature, right? So what is going to happen? They will pull the scrotum towards the pelvic cavity. Yes or no? It is going to pull the scrotum towards the pelvic cavity. Of course. So it can absorb the heat. It can absorb the heat from the pelvic cavity. Yes or no? Yes or no? Tell me. Quickly tell me. So dartus muscle will do what? It helps in the regulation of temperature within scrotum during cold season, right? It will contract in cold season. It will contract in cold season. So it will pull, it will, right, bring the scrotum closer to the pelvic cavity, and then it can absorb the heat from that pelvic cavity. It can absorb the heat from that pelvic cavity, right? So dartus muscle, internally scrotum is lined with this. They contract in cold temperature, and in warm seasons, these muscles, they relax. Fine, they are relaxed. Clear, bachche? Clear, bachche? Now the next is cremaster muscles. Next is what? Cremaster muscle. Now these cremaster muscles are also there in this scrotum, plus these muscles are also present in the inguinal canal. Right, when you talk about the cremaster muscles, no doubt they are present in here in the scrotal wall, but they are also present here in the inguinal canal. Let me mention it. They are present in scrotal wall and in the inguinal canal. So they will help in elevation of testis. How will they help? They will help in elevation of testis. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? Yes or no? Yes or no? They are present in scrotal wall and in the inguinal canal. So cremaster muscle helps in elevation of testis. So they will contract, they will bring testis close to the pelvic cavity. Clear bache? So understand it all together. So cremaster muscle, which are lining the wall of the scrotal and inguinal canal, they help in the elevation of testis. Clear bache? They help in the elevation of testis. Clear bache? Clear? Clear? So can you imagine now? So when the temperature is low, right, when the temperature is low, like cold conditions are there, cold temperature is there, so dartus muscle will contract, due to which obviously dartus muscle will remain contracted, dartus muscle will remain contracted. So obviously you know that the scrotal linings, they will become the scrotal wall, it will become that wrinkled, na? It will become that wrinkled, na? Isn't it? And second thing is, right, this cremaster muscle which will elevate the testis, right, which will elevate the testis. They will pull the testis above, near to the pelvic cavity. So actually this dartus muscle, it will make the scrotal skin wrinkled when it is contracted, right, and the testis will be, cremaster muscle will elevate the testis near to the pelvic cavity. So obviously they will absorb the heat from the pelvic cavity, and when the temperature will become normal, they will relax. Is that clear? Is that clear? Yes, bache? Yes, bache, is that clear? So that is how these two muscles are helping. And moreover, as I said, over this scrotal skin, we will have sweat glands. So sweating will result in cooling as well. It is also one of the mechanism, right? Sweating will also help in cooling. So any doubt? Any doubt? Sure? Sure, bache. Now the next point, one student was asking me, ma'am, what is gubernaculum? Now when you look at these structures, you know that there are some elastic fibers in our body, or you can say that there are some other, just Komal bache, first of all, you are not listening to me carefully. That is what I can say. Okay, you are just typing unnecessarily, you are not focused on what we are saying, what are we discussing. Bache, these cremaster muscles, I told you, they are present in scrotal wall and in the inguinal canal. And when it is the dartus muscle, internally dartus muscle is also lining the scrotal sac. So what is the doubt here? Please let me know. Okay, so now the next is what? See, when you talk about these testes, imagine there is a pouch like structure and in which a pair of testes is present. Obviously we need to attach it. We need to attach it with the scrotal wall. If we want everything to work properly in a coordinated manner, obviously we need to fix it as well. So these testes, they will get attached to the scrotal wall with thin and elastic fiber, right? Overall, imagine, right, pair of testes in the surrounding, there is a scrotal sac. Like I'll take one example, like let's say if this is a wall, I need to fix it with this wall, I need to attach it, right? I want to fix this pen over this surface. So obviously I need something, isn't it? I need something. Same is the case here. Here the pair of testes, right, they will get attached here to the scrotal wall with the help of thin and elastic fibers. And that fibers are what? That fibers are known as, that is gubernaculum. So this question was there in the EAMS, right? So we also call it as mesorchium. So gubernaculum and mesorchium, it is nothing, it is just the flexible elastic fibers, right? So group of fiber is gubernaculum or mesorchium. Clear, bache? Done? Done, bache? Sure? Sure? Sure. So this is the group of fiber, right? Group of elastic fiber. If it is elastic, obviously it is flexible, so it is helping the testis to get attached to the scrotal wall. So it is gubernaculum or the mesorchium. It is gubernaculum or the mesorchium. That's the point. Clear, bache? That's the point. Now, when you talk about these testes are also attached to the dorsal abdominal cavity, right? Like inguinal canal is a channel by which testes are descending into the scrotum. Same way, right? These testes, they remain connected to the dorsal abdominal, right? They remain connected to the dorsal abdominal wall, dorsal wall of the abdominal cavity. This is what you can say. Okay, let me write down here. Testes are connected to dorsal wall of abdominal cavity right, dorsal wall of abdominal cavity with the help of spermatic cord. With the help of what, bache? With the help of spermatic cord, right? With the help of what? With the help of spermatic cord. Clear, bache? Clear, bache? So now what is the spermatic cord? Look at that diagram. So let's say this is the inguinal canal. So here we will find this spermatic cord. So in this spermatic cord, obviously blood vessels will be there, right? What will be there in these spermatic cord? Blood vessels will be there. Like you can say that gonadal arteries, okay, gonadal veins, gonadal arteries, gonadal veins, right? Some nerves, right? Lymphatic vessels. And moreover, even the vas difference, because here over this testis, right, the epididymis and then the vas difference will also be there. So this is basically the spermatic cord. What is it? It is the spermatic cord. So gonadal arteries, veins, nerves, lymphatic vessels, even the vas difference will be here in this cord. And obviously along with that, the connective tissue. How can we forget? Connective tissue will be there. Got it? Got it? So it's a collective structure. Like let's take one example. You know about the roles, right? There are different roles. So obviously in the surrounding there will be a structure, no? Right? We used to have a chicken roll, veg roll. So obviously there is one covering outside. In that covering you will be having all that stuffing. Some mayonnaise will also be placed there. Alright? Yes or no? Whatever roll it is. I'm vegetarian, so obviously I'll talk about the veg roll, na? So there will be the outer covering and that, you know, all that stuffing. It can include veggies, creams, like this. So same is the case here, this spermatic cord. So this spermatic cord is having the gonadal artery, the veins, the nerves, the lymphatic vessels, the connective tissue, fascia will be there. Okay, so all of them together, because connective tissue we need. Connective tissue is the one that can connect everything. It is just like a glue. It is attaching everything. So gonadal veins, the gonadal arteries, the nerves, the lymphatic vessels, with the help of this connective tissue, they are connected, and this is the spermatic cord by which the testes are attached to the dorsal abdominal wall. So any doubt here, bache? Yes, tell me, any doubt here? Yes, yes, yes. Any doubt here? Sure? Sure, sure, sure. So this inguinal canal, right? Right? So I told you about the inguinal canal also. I told you about the spermatic cord also. Clear, bache? So I hope there is no doubt in this particular part. Sure? Sure, sure, sure. And moreover, if these testes, they are not descendant. Let's say this is a scrotal sac and here only one testis is there. Your testes are not present in the scrotal sac. Let's say testes are undescended, right? They are not present in the scrotal sac. So that condition is known as cryptorchidism. What is it? That is cryptorchidism. That condition is known as what, bache? Cryptorchidism, right? This word is important. This word is important. It's an important question. Clear? So if testes, they are undescended, they are not present in the scrotum, right? The condition is cryptorchidism. Fine? Done, bache? Done. So during whenever there is, premature birth, especially in the case of boys, right? Whenever there is the premature birth, I think you all have heard about it. Like sometimes the babies, they get delivered in the month of in 7th month or sometimes in the 8th month also, right? So that baby is the premature baby. So in that premature baby, especially in the case of males, doctors, they check the scrotum, that whether the testes are there in the scrotum or not. If not, obviously they try to descend it into the scrotum. Okay, this is also checked. Obviously there are different surgeries, there are different names for it. There are different names for it as well. So right now I'm not going in that depth, but as of now I am just explaining you this particular part. So I hope it is clear. The role of dartus muscle, cremaster muscle, important, right? So dartus muscle, what will they do? They will just remain contracted in the cold conditions, so that that skin even become wrinkled. So obviously we need to store the heat within that. Okay, so that is how it works. Fine, bache? So that's the point. So the next thing that we need to understand is the testis. About the primary sex organ we are going to discuss. What will we discuss, bache? We will talk about the testis, right? We will talk about the testis. So see, they are present in the scrotum. Let's just consider it like this. Testis, right? Imagine in the scrotum we have the pair of testes. This is how it is present. Primary sex organ it is, which will play a role in the formation of sperms, and moreover it will release the primary sex hormone, that is testosterone. Clear, bache? Now when you talk about the testes, start with the outer coverings, right? Let's start with what? Let's start with the outer coverings, right? For the outer coverings we have a trick, that is valve. What is the trick for the outer coverings? We are talking about the internal structure of testis, and we are seeing that there are 3 outer coverings, right? For the outer coverings we have a trick, that is valve. What is the trick that we have, Soumyadeep? The trick here is valve. Let me draw it. Like let's say this is 1, 2 and 3. Let's take it like this, right? So we have 3 outer coverings. How many outer coverings do we have? We have 3 outer coverings. Valve, right? What is it? That's valve. What is it? That's valve, right? So covering, whenever the word is covering, always remember we will use the word tunica, right? The meaning of tunica is covering. The meaning of tunica is what? The meaning of tunica is covering. So tunica, outermost is tunica vaginalis, outermost is tunica vaginalis, then middle one is tunica albuginea, then innermost is tunica vasculosa, right? These are the 3 outer coverings when you talk about the internal structure of the testis. So one is tunica vaginalis, tunica albuginea, tunica vasculosa. Tunica vaginalis, tunica albuginea, tunica vasculosa. Clear, bache? Clear, bache? Yes, bache? Yes. Is that clear? Huh? Is that clear? Okay, so tunica vaginalis, obviously it is your outermost layer. It is that parietal and visceral layer. It is covering the testis. It is going to cover it completely. It will leave just one point from where nerves and blood vessels are going here and there. Otherwise this tunica vasculosa, it covers the entire surface of the testis, right? It covers the entire surface of the testis. So the outermost is what? It is the tunica vaginalis. It is the tunica vaginalis. Right, bache? Right, bache? Next is what? Tunica albuginea. Obviously dense fibrous coat it is. Right? It is dense fibrous coat. It is completely covering the testis. Okay, it is completely covering the testis. Clear, bache? Clear, bache? And then comes the vasculosa, the innermost lining, right? The innermost lining, it is tunica vasculosa. But in the tunica vasculosa, bache, you will notice one thing. Wait, the structure will be like this. Like when you talk about the structure of testis, na, you will see such diagrams. See, observe it carefully. Okay, observe it carefully. No, Bharat, they are not going to ask it. There can be 1 or 2 questions, but These things are given in your NCERT. Listen to me, I'll tell you how. So as I said, that tunica vaginalis, tunica albuginea, tunica vasculosa. Vaginalis is completely covering the testis, but it will not cover only one place from where nerves and all are going here and there. Then comes your tunica albuginea. Innermost is tunica vascularis, tunica vasculosa. Can you see, bache, this tunica vasculosa is making some spaces like this? Can you see this? Can you see this in the tunica vasculosa? I'm showing you some compartments like this. Some compartments like this. Can you see this? But we used to call it as testicular lobules, right? We used to call it as testicular lobules. What are they? They are testicular lobules. Let me explain you this part. Actually, what is happening in the case of testis? In the case of testis, you will see some inner compartments. What will you see? You will see some inner compartments, right? I'll give you one example. You people can take the example of a building. Fine, you all can take the example of a building. Let's say in this building we have 250 floors, right? This is the best example. Let's say in this building, what do you have? You have 250 floors. Each floor is having each floor is having 1 to 3 apartments, right? Each floor is having 1 to 3 apartments. This is how you have to remember it. Now in the case of testis, same way, in the case of testis, you will find near about 250 compartments, 250 divisions. Like here I told you, in a building, let's say 250 floors are there. Same way, here in the testis, you will see near about 250 compartments. And for that, you will use the word testicular lobules, right? For that, you will use the word testicular lobules. Okay, what is the word for it, bache? It is testicular lobules. Okay, it is testicular lobules. Clear? Testicular lobules. And here, this testicular lobule, all the testicular lobules are lined with your tunica vasculosa. Clear, bache? Who's going to line it? Your tunica vasculosa. Here I'm showing you now, this white layer is tunica vasculosa. So tunica vasculosa is lining all the testicular lobules. Clear, bache? So now in each compartment, you will find 1 to 3 highly coiled seminiferous tubules. That's the another point that you need to know, right? That in these testicular lobules, what will you find? You will find 1 to 3 highly coiled seminiferous tubule. What will you find it here, bache? You will find 1 to 3 highly coiled seminiferous tubules. Is that clear? Is that clear? Done. 1 to 3 highly coiled seminiferous tubules will be there. Is that clear? And let me tell you, bache, these seminiferous tubules are the actual site of your spermatogenesis. So seminiferous tubule is the place where the sperm production, or you can say that spermatogenesis, will take place. Clear, bache? Where the spermatogenesis will take place. So this is how, with the help of this building wala example, you people can remember. Let's say if building is having 250 floors and each floor is having 1 to 3 flats, right? Each floor is having 1 to 3 flats. So same as the case here. Each testis is having near about 250 compartments, 150 to 250 compartments. We used to call it as testicular lobule. Each testicular lobule is lined with tunica vasculosa, and each testicular lobule is having 1 to 3 highly coiled seminiferous tubules where the spermatogenesis will take place. Clear, bache? Where the spermatogenesis will take place. Clear? Done? Done, bache? Okay. So now all these seminiferous tubules, right? All these seminiferous tubules, they are going to form a network. Let me tell you, like all the seminiferous tubules of the testis, they will form a kind of network here. Fine, understand it, bache. What will they do? They will form a kind of network here. Like you can say that all the taps, they all are joining, they are forming one common tap like this. So all the seminiferous tubules, they will join here, they will form here the network. This network is known as rete testis. What is it? This network is known as rete testis. It is important, bache, given in NCERT. This network is known as what? It is known as rete testis. Is that clear? Yes, is that clear? Tell me, is that clear? Now, from this rete testis, what will arise? From this rete testis, bache, you will see there will be some other ducts also, right? From this rete testis, you will see there will be some other ducts also. They will come out, right? And we used to call it as vasa efferentia or vas efferen. It is vasa efferentia. What is it? It is vasa efferentia. Clear? Vasa efferentia. Now all this vasa efferentia, it is further leading into what? It is forming what? It is forming, yes bache, it is forming what? Tell me, anyone in the class? Anyone in the class? What is it? What is it? This vasa efferentia, it is forming what? This yellow is your vasa efferentia. It is further leading into the epididymis, right? It is further leading into epididymis, and this epididymis is what? It is the place where there is the temporary storage and maturation of sperms. What is it? It is the place where there is a temporary storage and maturation of sperms. Temporary storage and maturation of sperms, right? Right, bache? Yes, epididymis. Clear? So what is it? It is epididymis. So tell me, any doubt here? Any doubt here? So look at this testis having seminiferous tubule. They are further forming a network which is rete testis. Rete testis will further, right, from rete testis, vasa efferentia will arise, which will further join here in the epididymis, which will further form this epididymis. What is epididymis? The place where there is a temporary storage, right, where there is the temporary storage and maturation of sperms. And then this epididymis will form a muscular duct, right? Then this epididymis will form a muscular duct which will coil over the urinary bladder, and that muscular duct is bache vas deferens, or you can say that vasa deferens, right? Vas deferens, or you can say that vasa deferens, or you can say that ductus deferens. Done? Ductus deferens. Is that clear? Is that clear? So this sequence is important. It is also the sequence of transport of, right? It is also the sequence of transport of sperms. Fine? It is also the sequence of transport of sperms. Done? So when it comes to in the NEET examination, you also you can also get one more question, that name the accessory ducts of the male reproductive system. So rete testis, then vasa efferentia, you need to remember it in a sequence, then epididymis, then comes the vasa deferens, and next to it will be your ejaculatory duct. Next to it will be your ejaculatory duct. So rest bache we will discuss in next class, because right after your class I have one session in Avengers batch also, that is our NEET energized batch also, right? So right now I cannot continue it. From tomorrow we will pick it up from this part. So it was the first class, we were discussing things very slowly, right? We even discussed what exactly is the reproduction, what is the meaning of being uniparental and biparental, right? What is that point, uniparental and biparental reproduction, right? We have covered everything. Clear bache? Clear bache? So this is how we are going to proceed in this particular batch. No doubt we will increase the speed. It is the first class, it is the first batch, so obviously that's why, you know, the pace was normal, but we are going to speed up as well. Fine, we are going to speed up as well, but along with that, what is important, you need to make the notes, and yes, every day you have to put one comment for me. Okay, that keeps me going every day without any delay, or you can say that You are not allowed to miss that. Even after the class, in comment section you have to put one comment for me. It will hardly take your 10 seconds. Okay, it will hardly take your 10 seconds. So in next class, this is the portion from where we will continue. We will even complete female reproductive system in the next class, and then we will start the gametogenesis. Okay. So every day you will get this slot along with the marathon session, so that you will be able to revise. Today we started from the Tuesday, but next time we will even start from the Monday. Ma'am, in NEET Energize batch again, will you teach from basics? Yeah, I will complete the basics there for sure. Okay, fine. So that's how we will proceed. Next class will be there tomorrow 10 a.m. Yes, tomorrow 10 a.m. Just check that video na. Just check that video, Ace the Race wala video. You will get the schedule there, and will ask my team to post it on community. Okay, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Ma'am, can I join now the Energize batch? Yes, Purnima, you can join it. In the description box, there is a link. You people need to click on that link, right? You need to fill your number, your email. You can be the part of that batch. Physics and chemistry will see, this is the race is for the biology. Why? Because you know that biology is making 50% of the syllabus. Rest all the teachers, like they are teaching in the NEET Conquer marathons, right? They will teach you in the same way. Fine. But yes, there is one advice, bache, do not delay to join the NEET Energize batch. Okay, yeah, Plant Kingdom part 2 is done, bache, already done. Fine. The next that we are going to start is Animal Kingdom now. Done, bache? So please make the notes. I will share the notes with you people, but after finishing this particular topic. Okay. So in the next class we will continue from this part, and here you people can see, right? See this epididymis, vas deferens, and see it will receive the secretions of seminal vesicle. It will make the ejaculatory duct, and this is how it will proceed. You can have a look. Okay, you people can see it here. Done, bache? So thank you so much for your time. Stay tuned, and yes, you have to put one comment. Okay, you have to put one comment. And yes, today I will post one video on all about Jipmer. Do check it out. So thank you so much. Take care. Bye.